Hi, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you're watching this video. My name is George Anderson with REI Branded Home Buyer. You can go to www.reibrandedhomebuyer.com and you can fill out a little form if you're trying to sell a house. We can call you, make an appointment, come out and talk to you about the current situation that you find yourself in. Today's topic is talking about buying a house and owning another one while you're trying to sell this house and revamp this house or repair this place. It could get resource intensive, and we are kind of dealing with that with one of our clients right now. They bought some property out in Oregon. They built a house on it. Beautiful location, a couple blocks away from the beach. But they live here in Spokane, Washington, and they're trying to sell their house fast here in Spokane, but they are at the very end of fixing or finishing this house, and the city has not given them their certificate of occupancy yet. Now, a certificate of occupancy is a certificate saying that, yeah, you can occupy the property. That means all the permits have been applied, all passed. The city's like, yep, you can move in, it's good, and you're just getting the okay to move into your own house from the city, which is kind of weird in my eyes because you're the one that owns it. But nonetheless, this gentleman him and his wife own a house here in Spokane, and they are trying to sell that house and then move into the other house. However, the timeline they have not figured out yet. So what we're proposing to these homeowners is we're going to buy their house and rent it back to them for a little while, because the house that they live in, even though there's been a lot of work done, there's still a lot more work done, and they've actually come to the very end of their financial limit. And so what we're going to do is we're going to purchase the house from them, and then we're going to rent it back to them over time. And that's kind of what we offered them, and we can do that because we're cash buyers here in Spokane. We can purchase a house, rent it back to you, and then you can find a new place to live. Usually when we do rent backs, there's always a holdback. There's a kind of like a substantial holdback on financial or finances. And the reason why we do that is it protects you and it protects us. And I always say that to everybody because it does. It protects you and it protects us. It gives you motivation to want to move out, but also it protects us that, that if there's a problem during, like, maybe because you now are a tenant, you need to give a security deposit, basically, correct? Now, this security deposit, which is a rent holdback, a lease holdback, or it is held by a third-party organization. Usually, the title or the closing attorney will hold that money for the time being, and then once the client moves out of the house, we release it, everybody's happy, and it's worked out, I want to say, at least 10 times now. So during this time that they're building the house, they are putting all their finances into this place down in Oregon, and they have kind of moved out of the house that they're living in right now, and they said, okay, we're going to fix this house up, we're going to put it on the market with a real estate agent. And the real estate agent comes in and says, you know what, you need to fix this, this, this. You need to paint the whole inside, you need to fix all the drywall repairs, there's painting that needs to be done on the garage out back, it needs to be cleaned out, there's a lot of stuff still here. And that's where we shine, right? We can offer cleaning services, lease backs to the homeowners. We get a little bit of movement in some sway when it comes to helping people out, because we are not just the lender, we are the buyer. And that's what we love to do. We love to help people out in these situations. So hopefully this deal goes through. We haven't actually went through with it yet. We're waiting on the okay and just a signature, but we have done a lease back on another property that I can definitely tell you that worked out properly. And this house was 2.5 acres over here in Spokane. We bought the house from them. They owned it for 45 years, so they're an elderly couple. They were moving down to actually Lewiston, Idaho, and they decided, well, since we have lived here for 45 years, we've had a lot of stuff. Not to mention they were farmers. They did have a lot of stuff. We gave them 6 months to live at the property. They were able to find a new place to live down in Lewiston. They picked up all their stuff in the meantime and shuffled it down there, with their kids and all. And it did take 6 months for them to move all their stuff out. And you know what? We're not in a rush. We just want to make sure everybody's happy and everybody's taken care of. This was a great flip house, and it looks beautiful right now. I hope, actually, if you want to look at it, it's 5105 North Keller Road here in Spokane, and Spokane Valley, my bad. And the house used to be yellowish orange on the outside. Now it's a white with a black trim, and the inside is lovely. If you want to go to the Zillow, and you can check it out and see the inside, what exactly we did on the inside. We tore some walls out. We actually tore a wall out between a bedroom, extended the bedroom, so now it's a master bedroom, huge. And then we brought, because the bathroom was really small, we actually brought the vanity out into the master bedroom, and then we built a very, very large closet in there. And then inside the living room to kitchen, we tore a wall down there, and we had an open concept. It is beautiful. It's actually, I think, a 12-foot marble island that we put in, and I know for a fact that the family loves it there. So the family that bought it from us. So we did do the leaseback for 6 months with these owners, and they were thrilled. I actually have the reference, the video of them talking to me and how we've actually treated people along the way. So we like to do videos with our clients, and that way they could give references and reviews out to our newer clients. Hopefully you are going to be one of our clients, and we could buy a house from you here in Spokane, because that's what we do. We buy houses in Spokane. I gotta say these keywords every once in a while, and in hopes that YouTube and Google is going to see them and say, oh yeah, we're going to put these in front of these people. So sorry if I sound redundant and a little over keywordy every once in a while, but that's how we get in front of you. That's how we get eyes on that's how the algorithm works. Obviously, I'm not the best at public speaking because, well, hopefully somebody watches this video, maybe hundreds of people. Hopefully that's the case, but I'm still trying to get used to speaking in front of large groups of people, so bear with me on this one. But if there is a problem at your house that you need to have like a lot of repairs done, and you're getting ready to buy another house, and you need the money to move into that house. Actually, we have another client that we just helped out with, and I'm going to post that video here in a minute. She's such a sweetheart. We rented the house back to her for 2 months. We're actually almost in a month and a half now, and she is getting ready to move into her new house, which happens to be at one of the houses at the development I finished last year. So it was a nice little turnaround story, and we're going to talk about that story a little bit later on. But I also do developments. So we leased the house back to her, and she is moving out little by little. And you know what? She's a tough lady. I wouldn't want to mess with her. She is moving most of the house by herself, and she's in her 70s. We tried to help her with a couple of things, asking if she could get some people over there, and she refused our help. She wants to do it on her own. So you know what? God bless her. She's doing amazing. So we'll be flipping that house here over on Liberty in Spokane pretty soon also, and then hopefully getting that out to the market, and hopefully we can put another great family in there. And that's what we do. We love to, the reason why we started REI Branded Home Buyer was to help clients that have had really bad instances with other cash home buyers, and we try to put our best foot forward. We want to be the best cash home buyer here in Spokane, so that other companies that are doing this, they just walk away from it and just say, you know what, we can't do this anymore, because we've heard a lot of really bad stories about cash home buyers here in Spokane and all across the states. We pride ourselves on our 5-star reviews on Google. If you want to go to our Google website, it's REI Branded Home Buyer. just go to Google and search us up, and you'll see all the reviews in there, all 50 of them. And I'm just trying to add more every single day, and hopefully that happens, because we want to help more and more clients. So if you find yourself needing a cash offer on your house here in Spokane, well, we buy houses as is, and we got a lot of flexibility when it comes to buying houses. So give us a call at 509-769-3439, or you can go to our website at www.reibrandedhomebuyer.com, and then again you can fill out that little form. And there's 2 Georges that work at our company now. There's George, me, Anderson, and then there's George Uno, which it's funny, his name is George Uno, and I could be George Dose, right? Haha. Anyways, together we're George squared. Okay, joke's over. Enough with the joking. Again, if you are here to sell a house to a cash offer company in Spokane, please reach out to us. We'll help you out the best we can. If we can't buy your house, we'll definitely point you in the right direction. Here's a little disclaimer. I am not a real estate agent. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a tax advisor. So I just tell people about the stories and what I do to get through the real estate navigation process. If you guys or ladies need any help, please give us a call. And we always say this on our radio ads: no more worry, no more why, just peace of mind with REI. You all have a blessed day. Bye-bye.